Hello friends, Sam and Graham doing TCGs yet again. Got another box, 4 boxes. The case is a box, that's what throws me off, you know, all that jazz. Of Outsiders here, once again picked up from Border Than Games, my LGS here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And also remember, BorderThanGames.com, that is B-O-A-R-D-E-R, not B-O-R-D-E-R, B-O-A-R-D-E-R, Than Games .com. Getting tongue-tied today while I'm trying to pull these boxes out because they're getting sticky and not cooperating. I apologize, Paul. Don't hurt me. Anyway, BorderThanGames.com. If you hit them up, I will have a link down in the doobly-doo, but also, if you are at the website and get to checkout, you can enter the code Graham, Graham, TCG, for 5% off of your TCG order. He carries, you know, the typical stuff. Magic, Pokemon, also carries Flesh and Blood, obviously, since that's where I picked that up. Has, you know, Final Fantasy and a handful of other things as well. So, hit him up. It's a good LGS. We've got a good Flesh and Blood community there. And Paul's a good dude. So, hit him up. Support him. That also supports me a little bit. When he knows that you sent me, I would appreciate that as well. It is win-win-win. He gets business. You get 5% off. I get a little bit of thanks. Everyone's happy. So check it out. I'm in one of those days where I'm like, I kind of said the same thing yesterday. It's even more true of today. Where I'm not get in bed, go to sleep, tired, but I'm just kind of sleepy. That is just the kind of day, the kind of feeling I'm in. Usually it's sort of the similar feeling I have that day you've been out on the beach all day. I have not. I'm in Tennessee. Ooh, Orbitoclast. Majestic Rainbow foil early on. That is 007, the regular one, I believe. Nice start. Can't be mad about that. We like our rainbow foil weapons. But that you've been out in the sun, out at the beach all day. You go back to wherever you're staying, you take a shower, and you've got a few minutes before dinner, and you're just kind of it's almost that feel. Not quite as relaxed as that, but it's that ballpark. That's where I'm at today. That's kind of wild. Maybe that is entirely too much information and y'all don't care. But hey, if I seem a little tired today, that is 100% the reason why. I've said this before. I said this on the last one. Spreading Plague, Majestic. Usually when I pick up something to open from Border Than Games, I jump them up in the order. So this is going to be slightly out of order from some of the other videos that you see that I've already recorded when I'm doing this one. So there will be some confusion as far as me talking about cards I need, cards I haven't pulled yet. Not everything is 100% in order. So that is why, if you get confused later on, it is because I like to let my LGS get first dibs on time slots when possible. Every now and then there's just a timing thing. If I'm doing like a specific thing, talking about an event or whatever, you know, every stuff happens. But that's what I try to do. I like to support my local store, my local community, and as much as the time slot doesn't matter a ton, I don't guess. That's just a little thing I can do. What's a threadbare? A little something I can do to kind of do a little bit of that. Push them to the front. Wander with purpose. Regular Majestic 2. I see a cold foil. That's going to be one of our commons. And it is Seeker's Mitts. Cold foil common. So we've got our cold foil for the box. We've already got our rainbow foil Majestic for the box. We are lacking 3 regular Majestics, it would appear. I've got to admit, I keep on hoping for one of the really ridiculous boxes with like a bazillion legendaries. Clearly that's not quite where we're going to land right now, but oh, Mask of Malicious Manifestations. It's still fun. Who wouldn't want to hit that? Like, right? Like, who is just opening a box and say, you know what? I really hope this isn't one of those boxes with a ton of Majestics in it. Nobody, right? So yeah, clearly, I always hope Majestics Legendaries. Clearly that's, you know, I hope I hit that. That'd be great. But, you know, it's a pipe dream. Honestly, the way they kind of explain the situation, it seems like in the grand scheme of things, like there are a lot per se of them out there, but in the grand total population of all the boxes, all the cases, Infiltrate for Majestic 3, not that many per se. So the odds of, even if you're someone like me opening, heck, I've kind of lost count. I think this is about my 10th, 11th case now, somewhere in that low double digits of outsiders. If opening that many, the odds of you landing one of those ridiculous boxes, cases, whatever, is still pretty dang low in the overall population. So it's one of those things. It's a fun wishful thinking exercise, but you know, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I still enjoy opening the product and using this utterly inefficient method of looking for the cards I don't have yet. So far, this box has provided no help for the cards I'm looking for. I think there is only one rare foil. Knives Out. Majestic 4. There's only one foil rare I am still looking for, and it is Blue Death Touch. I think that's the right name. And then 2 non-foil Majestics that I'm still looking for. Yeah, Blue Death Touch. That's a red regular Death Touch. I'm looking for a blue foil. One of the not scale peelers, Nerve Scalpels, 006 in non-foil, and Codex of Frailty, non-foil. So I mean, I'm not like really hoping for the moon. Ironically enough, I pulled a foil one in the last case, but not which I already had, but not the last non-foil that I was hoping for. Go figure. I don't know if I actually called out. I'm pretty sure I didn't. The rainbow foil common Seeker's Hood. I like my rainbow foil common equipment. You all know that already. I talk a lot. This last pack should have a Majestic for us to get us to our 5. This is the last pack of box 1. Should show us a Majestic. And it does indeed. Visit the Floating Dojo. And Wreck Havoc. And nothing super fancy in the close. Let's get on to box number 2. So yeah, that was a overall, as far as Outsiders boxes go, that was one of the weaker boxes that I have seen. Not a terrible one. I mean, we got all our expected hits. We got a cold foil, we got a rainbow foil majestic, we got our 5 majestics. That is pretty much exactly how Outsiders is landing. But none of the... I'll rephrase that. That's a pretty weak spread of majestics from that box. And what's a threadbare? It's a pretty weak spread of majestics and a cold foil common. So it's not bad. It's not bad. But I didn't get collection help, and none of the extra stuff was particularly inspiring, shall we say? Hey, that's what you get when you want to make videos, you need something to do with your hands, and you don't just buy singles to get what you need. Codex of Bloodrot. Seems like Bloodrot seems to be the one I have the easiest time. Oh, hey, that is a cold foil blade cuff. That snuck up on me. Codex of Bloodrot, and it's got a printed dot on it, it looks like. Well, that's irksome. See that right up at the top there? That's frustrating. Codex of Bloodrot seems to pop up a whole lot more than the other ones. I'm guessing that's anecdotal and not actually statistically true. That just seems to be the truth for me. Though, you know, I've got my full play sets of both of Inertia, but I don't recall pulling a whole lot of extras even of Inertia. Ooh, there's our majestic foil, Amnesia, which is a pretty good one. Still love the preview video. Speak clearly. I might need a foil Amnesia, actually. The rainbow foils I still need enough of. There's a regular blue Death Touch. I still need enough foils that I don't have them all memorized off the top of my head. I can't just like call out which foils I'm lacking. Red Death Touch, Wreck Havoc. Okay, I'm gonna keep Wreck Havoc out for a second. I really like this card, so I played with it in that draft UPF thing I did. Defense reactions can't be played to Wreck Havoc's Chain Link. When it hits, you may turn a card in their arsenal face up, destroy defense, blah, 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 blah. So the other trick for this was, in UPF, I was playing Azuri. So you know what I did, right? It was late game. Guy had 1 health left. I threw a 3 attack at him, I think. And he blocked 3. Well, at that point, granted, he could have had something that prevented rather than reacted. That's always a possibility. But knowing he couldn't react to it once he blocked 3, I just Azuri'd and threw this at him. I really like Uzuri. After even played a significantly less than optimal version. Alright, there's a majestic. Quiver of Russell's Leaves. Azuri is a lot of fun. That's gonna have to, in one realm or another, that is going to be a deck that I look into further. Be it Blitz or CC. I'm gonna have to develop it a tad. I really enjoyed that. Just because of the little tricks like that. I had that one stealth attack that I parlayed into something. You might be able to prevent it, but I know that I've at least taken out one of your options for getting rid of that damage. And it was one of those, you know, the overall, the way we did it was the overall win for the event got a cold foil and got, you know, a certain number of packs, but you also got, you were getting packs per kill basically. And so that was my thing. I was like, all right, there's one other guy here playing an Azalea. No, I lied. He was an Arachne. So I was like, ooh, Concealed Blade, Majestic 3. I was like, I don't think, and he was at 7 health. I was at maybe 4 at the time. I was like, I do not think I have the gas to take him down. I was like, but I hit a turn. There were 2 guys that each had 1 health left to my left. So I was like, okay, if I can take out the first one and then try and take out the second one, I can just rack up it enough to make sure that I get a bunch of prize packs. Even though I don't think I can get the cold foil, I can rack up prize packs. Let's do it. So that's the route I went, and that was a lot of fun. I just, you know, I had never really, I always kind of looked at UPF and I was like, playing that sealed game with 5 of us yesterday was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I would absolutely love to play some constructed UPF at some point, like actually intentionally sit down and play UPF. I have decided that I enjoy it. It's still, because you're basically playing blitz decks, so it's still got some of the same weaknesses that make me prefer CC over blitz, but they're mitigated a little bit by the fact that, you know, however many people you've got playing, there are that many more avenues. You know, everybody can attack 2 different people until the very end. Every person can attack 2 different people all the time. So there's always the possibility that somebody bails you out and lets you set up a little bit more. There's our card. We love to see premeditate. All day, every day. There is my blue Death Touch too. Blue foil Death Touch finally showed its face. That is my last rare foil. That, if nothing else, we got that. We filled in that spot. I am pleased. Backstab. There's rainbow foil Blade Cuff. So I'm not gonna lie, this case is a little bit not as good as the last one I opened. We did get that Premeditate, and that's a step in the right direction. Oh, as far as duplicates go. But not the best case I've had. Now, that said, I have had 2 cases that looked really weak. To start off with, there's the last pack of box 2. There's Cyclone Roundhouse for our last Majestic. Fletch Blue. So all that being said, I've had 2 cases that I was like, oh, these are really weak. This is kind of disappointing. And then towards the very end of the case, in one situation, it was a cold foil Fable, and in one situation, it was a Marvel. Just popped out, just kind of showed up. So, it does not take much for Codex of Bloodrot again. Too funny. What was I saying earlier? That seems to be the one that shows up the most. First pack of that box, we got a Majestic Codex. It doesn't take a lot for one card to show up and kind of change the entire outlook of however much you're opening. That's also why I prefer, as much as it's obviously more expensive on the front end, I certainly prefer to open by the case. Because while you can still absolutely have bad cases, it sort of levels things off a little bit as far as probabilities, likelihood of seeing something good, seeing something, you know, all that jazz. Wander with purpose. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I kind of feel like this may not be a very good case. It's one of those, I was waffling the last, he had 3, and I was like, all right, I'm taking 2. And I waffled off of one of them that I'd had my eye on at first for this one, because it had a ding in the box. You gotta go with the damaged box. So I don't know. It's going to be one of those. I've done that before, and the last time it happened, it was the Welcome to Wraith cases. The last case of WTR Unlimited I opened. Infectious Host, Deadly Duo, and Shifting Perspectives is our cold foil. That is not making me super hopeful. But the WTR case I opened, granted, I cannot complain a whole lot because I did pull a Tunic in that case. But the one I did not pick had a Heart of Findel in it. So I'm like, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, this went well. I really can't complain. But oh my gosh. Because I had a Tunic. Ooh, Shakedown. Excellent Majestic. Because, you know, I already had a Tunic. And I am not likely to pay the singles price for a heart, unfortunately. But I would like one. So it was that whole, oh, I could have had that card. Well, what do you do? It wasn't. It still was not bad. There's Fisticuffs and Rainbow Foil. Yeah, we've already hit. We're not even to the halfway point, really, I don't think. These packs got slightly out of order, so I might be mildly mistaken. And we've already got cold foil and 3 Majestics. That is a little over half. Not as much of it as I was thinking of our expected stuff. Now the thing is, I think the big time cold foils and rainbow foils, for that matter, unless they're in the disrupted feeders, are, you know, kind of randomly inserted at their selected rate. There's Infiltrate, Majestic 4, at their selected pull rate. So even though we've seen a cold foil like a Fabled or a Marvel or a Legendary are not beholden to that same distribution. I think they still try and shoot for the one cold foil if it's one of the fancy ones, but it is not, strictly speaking, that. It's Threadbare. Yeah, this case is not giving me warm and fuzzies. I should have stuck with my original gut and not let the ding in the box fool me. There's a foil Codex of Bloodrot. That's actually a pretty solid rainbow foil majestic pull. Not mad about that. I shouldn't have let the dings fool me. I should have gone with the other case like I knew. Now, if I pull something toward the end here that makes me change my mind, I did not say that. You cannot prove it. There is no evidence. None. Concealed Blade for Majestic 5. Got 3 packs left down there. Ooh, red Death Touch. We're already at all of our expected hits, so I will be surprised if anything else, you know, above a rare pops out. There's my Wreck Havoc again. I think we are done with this box. In fact, if not in. And last pack, and then into the last box. Can the last box save us? As I knock stuff over on my desk. Whew, yep. So, again, not bad. This just so far has been a strictly down the line, no frills case. Does box 4 give us our break? Heck, I'm glad I finally pulled my trench too. I finally did that in the last case. Good grief. I just saw Cold Foil peeking out in the first pack. There's Down and Dirty for the first Majestic. And I don't think it was a fancy Cold Foil. It was indeed not. That is not where you go. However, the flip side of that is this was pack 1. I don't know if it ultimately even matters, but which way they feed the case, that if that was pack 1 and they feed starting there, there is the distinct possibility based on pull rates that there could be a second Cold Foil in the back of the box. So if that Cold Foil, if there is one, and it happens to be something, we could be in good shape. It's going to be an interesting one. To his credit, Paul did try to talk me out of shifting to this box and taking the one, this case, and taking the one that I had originally had my eye on. To his credit, he knew. He may not have known, but he suspected. Should have taken his word for it. There is another Infiltrate. It's a pretty solid card. One of those things. I don't necessarily talk dollars and cents a whole lot. It's a card that I definitely expected to have higher dollar value. All right, there is our rainbow foil Majestic Silverwind Shuriken. Another not inspiring hit. I don't know, y'all. This case might just be one that finally has it out for me a bit. Every now and then, especially when you open a bunch of cases. Like I said, we're into double digits of outsiders. When you open a bunch of cases, just the odds are that you're gonna hit an unfortunate one here or there. Burdens of the Past for Majestic 3. So man, we've hit a cold foil, a rainbow foil Majestic, and 3 Majestics already. We have not crossed the halfway point yet. So really, as far as expected hits for a given box, we just hit the halfway point. So like 12 packs left. We would only expect to see two more Majestics, which is not a lot for 12 packs. Now, this set, the distribution's lower, so really and truly, that's about right. Ooh, we got another rainbow foil Majestic, so we got a bonus there already. Melting Point, that's not bad. So we did get a bonus something. Fletch Blue. But I'm hoping for something. I'm hoping for a beefy something to offset that a bit too. There's Majestic 4. That is Amplifying Arrow. That's the other thing. You like some of the times there are some pretty solid Majestics in this set. This has been one copy of Premeditate, but this has overall been a pretty weak Majestic case too. Every now and then, the way I sift cards, I spoil something. I really try not to do that. I try not to spoil myself, and I try not to spoil y'all. We are at 5 packs left. Theoretically, only expecting one more Majestic. We have, and there is a Spike Pit Trap. That is Majestic 5. We have not pulled a Legendary, Marvel, or Fabled in this case. Boulder Trap, Plunge, and nada. So we've already hit a bonus with an extra rainbow foil Majestic. So we've already hit and technically surpassed what we would expect to see with 2 packs left. Do we hit something that kind of overall brings the case to par? There's a Blade Cuff rainbow foil, another one. Last pack magic, fingers crossed. Fletch Red, cut down to size. Oof. Yeah, so that one stung. We got a slew of Majestics, the usual expected number over here. Neither of the ones I needed either, wildly enough. We got a couple Infiltrates. We got Spike Pit Trap. Down and Dirty's not bad. Concealed. Shakedown's pretty good. A couple of codexes of Blood Rot. Got a Premeditate, which is always nice to see. And then we got some decent rainbow foil Majestics. We got Melting Point's not bad. Silverwind, Codex of Blood Rot, that's actually pretty solid. Don't hate to see that. Amnesia is a fun card. Loved that video. And Orbitoclast, not bad. 4 common cold foils, though, including one with a darn little print spot on it. Whew. Yeah, that one was a little tough. This might be... I don't think I had opened a case up to this point with a without a better than Majestic hit. Like, everything I think at least had a rainbow foil legendary. So I don't think this is typical, but it is definitely a little bit disappointing at the same time. Could be worse though. Like I say, when you open as much as I do, you're bound to hit some doozies. I definitely find myself wondering what's in that last case that I didn't buy now, because I'm like, ooh, what if that one was the good one? But you know what it is? It's all good times. We open this stuff for fun, right? We like the cards. We like playing with folk. We like collecting, whatever the case may be. I collect, I play. So it's one of those things. You know what you're getting into when you're buying this stuff. I could do really, really good, pull all kinds of great stuff. Or you could do this case where it's fine. This wasn't a terrible, terrible case, I wouldn't say. But not having a better than Majestic hit is a little eek. So it could have been better, but still not bad. I mean, I'm not mad. Always, I have problems in the first place with second guessing myself. So it's always, oh, what about that other one? That's normal. You can't do anything about that. You did what you did. I did what I did. What are you going to do? You can't be mad about that. It's life. It is life. One of my favorite quotes is actually, that reminds me, a Star Trek The Next Generation quote from Captain Picard, played by Patrick Stewart, saying, it is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not failure. That is life. And that is one of my favorite quotes. Something that I do not always remember. But I try to, because I think it is an important thing to note. Sometimes you can playing a game of Flesh and Blood. You can play your best possible game, be technically, you made all the right decisions, and either the person sitting across from you just has an slightly better perfect play line, better luck, better whatever the case may be. You made no mistakes and they still beat you. That can happen. You can pick the case you want to open and the other one was better. You did not know. That is why these things are sealed and you don't know what you're getting. It is exactly for that purpose. I did not make a mistake. I just made my choice. That's an important thing to remember, y'all. I think that was a good life lesson. Hey, learning with Graham. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate you spending some of it with me, especially for my ramblings and wonderful little moral life lessons. I know there's so much you could be doing. I really appreciate you spending some of your day with me, though. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.